Hello everyone, this is Mike from CheckList Now app, and today we're going to show you how to use our AI wizard. Real simple, a couple steps, and we're ready to go. So we are going to start our app, and the first thing we got to do is we want to click on our AI wizard. Is we have to put in a checklist name. So I am going to pick leaving the campground, including categories. Let me explain to you what that means. I'm going to say leaving the I'm going to say outside. Jumping around here. Okay, so we now have leaving the campground outside, including categories. There's two ways to do this. You can include categories within your AI prompt, or you can pick a predefined one that we supply you with some activities that you do. We don't have every category you can possibly have, so we just have enough to get started. So if you don't have a category that you see that you like, you can just hit other. If you want to know what those categories are, what actual categories are within each one of those that are in this list right here, you can go to our website, which I'll put down in the description below, where you can go and you can see what each individual categories are within these templates that we've created for you so far. But in this case, we're going to do a little bit more of just say other, and we're going to add the category ourselves. So we're going to select other. Okay, so now inside our checklist, let's put a prompt in. And the most important thing is more where I have down here where it says use these exact categories. Those are the exact categories that are going to be used in the checklist itself. You can define these any way you want. You can use this for anything. It doesn't have to be for RV. It could be for anything you want. Hiking, camping, shopping lists, whatever you may want. It'll do it. So right now we're just going to say generate task for leaving a campground and preparing the exterior of our motorhome for departure. Use these exact categories: hose, power cord, outside furniture, windshield covers, wheel covers, check slides, check baggage compartments. What's going to happen is when I run this, we are going to get 5 questions back from the AI engine. And those questions are trying to find in exactly what you're trying to build. So let's do it to show you. Okay, so our first question is hose. What specific tasks are needed for these hose? Will it be necessary to disconnect and drain and store it? Sometimes these are as simple as yes or no answers, and this is exactly what this one is. It's yes. That's what I want. Power cords. What actions are required for the power cord? Is it just unplugging and storing, or does it need any cleaning or inspections? I'm going to say yes. Outside furniture. What outdoor furniture items are present that need to be packed? Should they be cleaned or checked or damages? Well, yeah. So what I am going to say is I'm just going to say yes. I'm not going to give details like my folding chairs and stuff like that, but you can add those later. You can be more detailed in these questions and how you answer them. Like you can say, yes, I like to fold up my 2 outside furniture. I like to pick up my barbecue, things like that, and it'll add those things to your checklist. In this case, I'm keeping it simple for this video. I'm just going to say yes. Our fourth question is windshield covers and wheel covers. What are the steps involved in removing and storing these covers? Is there a need to inspect them for any wear or tear before storing? Sure. Let's take a look. Just say yes. And the final question is check the slides and baggage compartments. What specific checks are required for the slides and baggage compartments? Are there any items that need to be secured or spaces that need to be cleaned? I'm going to say yes. In my case, sometimes I don't have to clean things, but I'm going to say yes. I can always go into this checklist later, and I'm going to show you how to edit it. And that's it. That's the end. And it's going to generate me I like to call it a template that I can go through, look, modify. I can add tasks, or I can edit tasks. I can just delete something that doesn't make any sense or doesn't work for me. So in that case, once the checklist comes up, we'll go through it. Okay, so let's take a look at some of these things that this thing's created for. So the first category that comes up is check slides and baggage compartments. Okay, walk around the motorhome, check all slides for any damages. That's not bad. Lock all baggage compartments securely to avoid any issues during transit. Ensure all windows and doors are closed and secure. Check baggage compartment for any items left behind. Clean the baggage compartment if needed. I don't need this one. For me, it makes no sense, so I'm just going to delete that one. Hose says drain all residual water from the hose to prevent any water damage during transit. That's a good one because I have a tendency to forget that. Inspect the hose for any tears and leaks. I kind of like that one. Roll the hose up neatly and store in compartment. Yep. Locate and switch off the water source. I don't need that one. So we're going to delete that one. Disconnect the hose from the motorhome. Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to leave that one on. Outside furniture. Clean up all the outside furnitures with damp cloth to remove any dirt, dust and dirt. Store the furniture in a designated place, making sure it secures and will not move during transit. Collapse and disassemble furniture as needed for storage. Check each piece of any damage or wear. Yeah, we can leave those. Power cord. Switch off the power and source. Unplug the power cord. Yep. Coil the plug up. Yep. Inspect the cord for any signs of. I always do that. And clean the power cord. I do. I wipe it down with a clear cord. So that's good to have. Windshield covers and wheel covers. Some people might not want those. So when you do yours, you might not add that as part of a category. You might be adding a different category. Again, this is just a template or just an, it's just an example of how to use the AI wizard. So let's keep going here. See, carefully remove the windshield covers. Got it. Store covers and disable storage. Yep. Inspect each cover for the wear and tear. I'm not going to read each one for you. Clean each cover, and that's perfect for me. This is a very simple one for me. I can actually use this one. I might add something, or I might delete something, or I might edit something. And quickly, you want to edit something, slide, edit. You can go here. You can rename the category. I'm not getting into some of these other things. There'll be other videos for those. You can have delete on both. Just so you know, when you use a delete from a category, it deletes all the tasks underneath it. So, which kind of makes sense. Well, that is it. That is a quick AI example of how to use our wizard, how to build a quick test checklist, and do very little work. And it did it all for me automatically. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.